So welcome to halftime of tonight's broadcast and tonight's amazing matchup between the Springville Red Devils and the Spanish Fork Lady Dons. We've witnessed a pretty fun first half. We've witnessed Springville taking control, starting on the defensive end and capitalizing by pushing the pace and really being aggressive in the first half there.
For sure. And you notice that at the beginning, they started out in the paint, pushing it very hard. They got a lot of open shots, and then they went to the outside. And it forced Maple Mountain to have to guard both positions, which makes it very hard when there's a team that can attack you from both the inside and the outside. And that's what Springville did throughout that entire first half. And Maple Mountain doesn't know what to do. Honestly, they're getting scored on.
Spanish Fork. By Maple Mountain, he means Spanish Fork.
Spanish Fork, sorry about that, is getting scored on. On almost every possession, honestly. And so what Springville's got to do is they've got to make sure that they are on their man. Every player needs to be focused in on their man. It has to be where, if they're in the paint, they have a body on them immediately. Because right now, they're trying to get to their man after they get the ball, and it's not working.
So, Ben, what does Spanish Fork need to worry about offensively? Do they need to launch up more three-point attempts? Because, as you saw in the first half, they had a lot of three-point attempts, a lot of them not falling. So, if you're Springville, if you're Spanish Fork, that is, do you keep trying from the perimeter, or do you take things inside?
If I was Spanish Fork, what I would do here is I would try and get my best dribblers to try and penetrate the lane and then do kickouts. With their game right now, they're just throwing it around the outside, and it's because they're really scared of that defense. They may not want to admit it, but mentally they don't want to throw it inside because they've had so many picked off.
And you can't blame them, exactly. You can't.
They've had a lot of ones picked off. What they need to do is they need to work on getting on the inside, either through a pass or through a dribble drive, and then kicking it out to the open man. They can still shoot threes, but they have to get that penetration to get them more open and get them more comfortable in their shots.
I'd personally love to see a little more drive and kick action from Spanish Fork to kind of collapse the Springville defense. Isn't that kind of what you want? And then this is, of course, if you want to get some shooting from the outside as well to supplement. That's what I'd love to see personally.
For sure. And as far as Springville goes, they're really playing a very good game right now, especially on defense. We talked about their offense, how they're getting both the inside and the outside attack. But a lot of that is coming from their defensive game because they're playing very tight defense on their man, but they're also keeping their eyes up and they're watching for passes from everyone else. And that's what's been killing them the most. It's not the fact that Spanish Fork can't get a shot up. It's the fact that whenever they pass, there's someone there. And so they're stealing those passes. They've had a lot of turnovers.
And as you can see, they've been flustered, Spanish Fork has, by all of those turnovers. Every time they try to make a play, it's been turned over. In fact, it seemed as if 4 possessions in a row, maybe even more, there was someone in the passing lanes for Springville, and it led to a fast break, and often Springville is going to capitalize on that fast break.
For sure, and in a game like this, if you're Spanish Fork's coach, what you want to do is you want to try and get your team to move on past that first half. You don't necessarily even want to talk about all the mistakes you made because they're already flustered. What you want to do is just talk about your second half plan. So he'll be trying to be in the locker room right now, trying to get them prepared, teach them how they can get past that full court defense and move the ball around without getting those turnovers.
And if I'm Springville's coach, Ben, let's pretend for a minute, I'm telling my team to not relax because they've done a great job at playing with intensity. They've been aggressive. They played at a great pace. But I don't know if they're aware of the game that Spanish Fork played against Maple Mountain just a few days ago. Spanish Fork never gave up, really, and that game was a lot closer than the score shows. Spanish Fork led a great late comeback that scared a lot of Maple Mountain players and fans, and everyone rooting for them because they played with tenacity. They cranked it up, their defensive intensity, and that's something that I think they could really use in the second half.
For sure, and I think Spanish Fork will come out with some new energy, and they will be ready to try for that, but the most important thing for Springville right now is you have to win that mental battle in the first few minutes of the new quarter, the new half. You have to keep Spanish Fork flustered. You have to play as tight as defense as you can and try to get a few more turnovers. Even if you can't do that for the rest of the game, you have to do that for the first few minutes and try and stop that mental energy that's coming from Spanish Fork. You have to try and negate that.
We'll see who will win that mental and physical battle coming up here in the second half. But first, we take a quick break. Stay right with us.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
And welcome back to our second half, the beginning of our second half. We're excited to see what it has in store for us. We witnessed a tough fought first half. And here we are. I'm Freddie Woods alongside Ben Morey. And we're excited to see this one unfold.
Yeah, and in this second half, it's going to be also important for Spanish Fork to watch out for Lydia Austin. She's playing great in the first half, has 10 points already. And she's just a really outstanding ball player, especially scorer. And fittedly, she has her favorite quote is from Michael Jordan. She says, "Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen."
And boy, she made it happen in the first half. You notice she wasn't shy at all to take the big shots, the three-point shots. She wasn't shy to make big defensive plays, and she led a lot of those fast breaks. And the way she's playing, she's really made the difference in intensity. She's led her team to that edge.
That's a very Jordan-esque quality. Not being shy to take shots, not being shy of the moment.
She must have watched him a lot. She studied her hero. So here we are, ready to begin. We'll see what Spanish Fork, what kind of battle plan they've come up with. They look pumped and ready to go. We'll see if they can notch up their intensity as we discussed during halftime. So here's Allie Monson. Monson drives. She kicks out. Here's Fredrickson. That one no good. And that's what you want if you're Spanish Fork, a stop and an offensive opportunity to make something happen.
They've got to watch themselves with passes like that, though, and their turnover.
Here's Branch. And there, a nice little baseline drive, but no good for Gillis. And here comes Springville on the break. Oh, and what a block by Hazel.
Her second of the night.
And that one, although very nasty, was clean. Here is Monson's to pass, deflected. Gillis, Hazel, yes!
And we talked about this, Hazel's got to be active. It looks like she's starting the second half, ready for a comeback.
And Ben, can't you already feel a difference in mentality, in intensity for the Lady Dons?
For sure, they certainly seem like if they're more composed now, they're not as flustered. We'll see if they can keep that up.
Park inside to Sumption. Sumption, nice little pass. Kick back out. Oh my word, and the passing, you've got to admire that. As Friedrichsen puts it away.
And that was good defense from the Dons, but just better offense, excellent passing.
Just the court awareness of every player on the floor was amazing.
And that's something that you see a lot more in women's basketball, how every person kind of plays a point guard. They share the ball so much. It's a skill we don't see as much in men's basketball, as many like to go one-on-one.
As the three from Austin rims out. That pass deflected. But nice scrappy job by the Lady Dons. Here's Hazel. That one's good. Nice little jumper.
Are we starting to feel a theme alert, Freddie?
Say that again, Ben.
Are we starting to see a theme alert from Hazel?
I believe so.
Happened last game. We'll see if it can happen tonight.
Hazel does seem to have a knack for leading that comeback and being that spark on her team. And it was a nice block that is called a foul. But Hazel being very, very active offensively and defensively. She looks to be very locked in right now.
And Hazel's definitely a leader for the Spanish Fort team. We'll hope that that same aggressiveness and that same focus especially will rub off on the rest of the team.
Frederson's first shot is off the front rim. Her second attempt goes through. So Springville leads 40-25 with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Springville again with the full court press. Lady Dons pushing the pace. Here's Hazel being aggressive. Hazel, that one's good as well.
Is that 3 in a row for Hazel now?
I believe so. Sumption. That one straight on, but no good. Oh, that one, nice steal. And then the foul committed by Mikkel McGuire. But just a great active hands there by Olivia Park. So Park will go to the line.
Yeah, and you see the frustration right there with Spanish Fork. They just can't let that get to them. As they are playing very hard right now, they have to remain focused and not get flustered or frustrated again in the second half.
And you can kind of feel the momentum just shift back and forth. Spanish Fork been riding some decent momentum. And that wave of momentum, of course, led by Hazel. So that one is good. Springville now leads 42-27. Nice pass there, but Branch cannot finish as she's swarmed by defenders. Springville on the break. Too easy. Springville with another easy two.
Yeah, and Cheyenne Brown just took that coast to coast. Just like you said, Freddie, too easy. You can't let one person beat you like that.
There's Hannah King. That one is short. Springville comes up with a rebound, but it's stolen. And here come the Dons. That one blocked. McGuire's shot. Hazel, great pass. Yes, and one. And Addie Gillis will shoot one for the chance at a three-point play.
But how about that pass by Hazel just around the defender?
So pretty.
She is definitely looking to lead her team right now, trying to get everyone involved and everyone focused on this comeback.
Being aggressive, but also selfless and distributing to her teammates when she feels appropriate.
That's the only way they're going to get back in this thing.
So here's Gillis with her attempt. It's good. They now trail, the Dons that is, by 14. You'll see Springville slowing down the pace a little bit in an attempt to kind of slow down momentum that's obviously been favoring the Dons.
I don't know if that's a good strategy right now for Springville. Is the Dons they're playing well, but they're still just on the edge of being out of control. If they keep on pushing, they might be able to push past that and get Spanish Fork flustered and frustrated again.
Violation there by Springville gives the ball to the Lady Dons again. That one, a little dangerous pass. The three-point attempt, no good. Spanish Fork on the rebound, but I believe they call over the back. And that was called on, I believe, Taylor Stewart, who just checked into the game for the first time.
Olivia Park comes off the baseline.
Oh, and an open look, but no good. But that one put back. That was Cheyenne Brown on the putback. Springville now leads 46-30. Springville just playing tough defense. It's making it really tough for Spanish Fork to find anyone open. And there you go.
Still. They push it down the court. Looked like that might have been a foul.
That one put back. And there's Alex Sorensen, who's played very well tonight. Here's Hazel. That one good. Looked a little wild, but she puts that one in. Whatever works, right?
Whatever works. At this point, you want to be pushing the tempo, because if you're Spanish Fork, you have to get as many points in as possible. They're down right now by 16. You need to get that lead a little lower going into the fourth if you want to have a chance at this.
Oh, Austin, nice spin, but it doesn't go. That one knocked away. Springville regains control. Austin pump fakes. Austin loses control.
Great defense by Hazel with the steal.
Here comes Spanish Fork. Oh, and that one no good by Hazel. Here comes the Devils.
Olivia Park looking to get involved for the first time in the second half.
Nice pass there. And Austin finishes. And Springville again capitalizing on these fast breaks.
And now led by Olivia Park. Just an excellent pass off. And gets her teammate open for the wide open layup.
So we'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors,
which are the Car Guys, State Farm, Triple T Heating and Cooling, MVP Sports, Two Jacks Pizza, and of course, SFCN. Very thankful for everything they do for us. This show would not be possible without them.
Ben, if you're Spanish Fork and you're in the huddle right now, if you're Spanish Fork's coach, what are you telling your players?
I think you're telling them keep being aggressive and look to get Hazel involved. Even though she is involved, you want to keep going for a hot hand, but you want to make sure the offense flows through her. Other people are going to have to start shooting at some point, but it needs to flow through her, because each time she gets the ball, all eyes are on her, which makes someone else open.
Hazel has been relatively consistent. She's had a few misses, but you got to want the ball in her hands. She's got to be your first choice if you're Spanish Fork. And as you mentioned, she's not playing selfish ball either. She's looking to find the open player.
Exactly.
So Spanish Fork with the ball. We'll see what they can do offensively to cut into this deficit here. Springville leading 50-32. Again, the tough defense by Springville. They've had a nice effort all night. Nice little pass. That one deflected. And the putback is good by Taylor Stewart coming off the bench.
And it looked like in that timeout, coach for Springville told his team to play even harder on Hazel, but that opened up someone else, and that allowed them to score.
Just as you were talking about. Oh, and that one blocked, but the second chance points have just been too many for Springville. Oh, and it looks like Branch may have traveled. So Springville will take over here. Just 1 minute left in the third quarter. Springville passing very well. Trying to find the open shot. The Spanish Fork with a nice defensive effort. That three-pointer, no good. Put back, no good.
How about that rebound by Alex Sorensen? She's been huge for their team. And it's going to be really hard for Spanish Fork to come back if they can't get any of these rebounds.
I think you nailed it right on the head, Ben, and that's something they've struggled with all night. That three-point attempt, no good. And is that a shot you want to see, Ben, at this point in the possession?
It definitely is. We want them to work it inside more. That's where they've been effective, especially in the last few minutes.
Hazel on the fast break. Yes, that one goes. So at the end of the third, Spanish Fork trails 36 to Springville's 52. We'll take this opportunity to take a break, and we hope you won't leave us. We'll see you in a moment.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
You're doing it.